And we're live. Thanks for joining us today. We are doing Meet the Team. So I'm really, really excited. If you've been working with V.Mora, you have gotten emails from all of these people. I've mentioned all these people. So I wanted to take today, and you can put faces to the names and they can tell you their jobs and what they love about V.Mora, maybe what they don't love. We'll see. But you all know me. I'm Anna. I founded V.Mora in 2008. I actually started as a pattern maker, sample maker with Julie. Julie remembers, but then I've stopped doing patterns and samples and started doing, I guess, more production management. And then I would say I moved into more of Alexis's and Allison's job of invoicing. And now I work with coaching clients and do strategic advising and the lives. And I will speak more of the company today. So why don't you all introduce yourself? We can go, Allison, you want to go first?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Allison Hellman. I am the marketing and sales manager here at V.Mora. Should I tell a little bit about my job, or do we just want to go around table for everyone?
Talk about your job too.
Okay. So I'm kind of on the back end. You'll see me a lot with emails, whether it's follow-ups for your sales call. And I kind of also work internally in the company. So these live streams, I envisioned this a long time ago, and I'm super happy that we're doing this, and especially with everyone on the team. So I kind of work a little bit client-facing and behind the business as well. So
Allison ordered me the camera and the light, and then had to walk step by step how to set it up. And then I was like, Allison, I can log in and talk, but I can't do anything else. So she helped me.
You're doing amazing, though. You're doing amazing.
Thanks. I mean, all I do is log in and follow the directions you give.
But it works.
Ashley, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm the assistant production manager. I mostly help run production along. I support Catherine, who's the production manager, and I'm kind of on the grounds, running around in the garment district, making sure that everything's going smoothly, talking to the pattern makers and the factories, and just I'm kind of on the ground running for your projects. So yeah, that's me.
Julie.
I am Julie. I am a pattern maker, and I also do production management. I'm based in LA. I started with V.Mora back in Chicago in 2007? Was that? No, 2011? I don't know. It was a while ago.
Because I was already in the studio, so I wasn't working. I was just when I moved to the studio. Yeah. I wasn't in my house anymore, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it had to be 2010.
Yeah, 2010, I think. Yeah. So started out of a little studio in the Ravenswood neighborhood in Chicago with Anna when she was still making patterns.
We used to make patterns together, you guys. I'm not lying.
Yes,
I used to know how.
Yep. And then I took that over, and then we moved to a bigger space in Chicago, and I was with her there for about 7 years. And then I decided to move to LA, and and then we recently reunited and decided that we were going to work together, with me being on the West Coast and Anna being on the East Coast, and it's been great. Yeah.
Kat.
My name's Kat. Well, my name is Catherine, but I go by Kat. It's easier. And I'm the production manager for V.Mora. I've been with Anna for 5 or 6 years now. And it's been great. It was great. I like it so far. I can't complain. So my role is just managing the clients, managing their projects, getting you from development through all of development and into production. And then I also work with startup coaching clients. So really clients who are just in the beginning stages of launching their brand and don't know anything. So I'm here as your guide to just guide you through the initial steps and get you from your idea to bringing it to life.
Alexis.
Hi, I'm Alexis. I'm the executive assistant to Anna. I also do a little bit of marketing with Allison. I kind of bounce around with Ashley and Kat to help answer questions. I kind of just am like the dictionary. I'd be
He
more
holds all the passwords.
almanac, yeah, the passwords. But I do a lot of internal stuff. But I started as Anna's personal assistant.
Which was super fun, I bet.
I think my first day, you were like, "Can you do this return for me?" And I was like, "Okay." It was like a pink bathing suit. I was like, "Okay,
Oh, yeah.
yeah."
Yep. All right. So Allison has made some questions for you guys. I guess we kind of went over services of V.Mora. Everyone kind of knows what we're doing. We do the back end of, the fashion. If you want to be a fashion designer or build a brand. So I don't know if we have to go over that one.
Can we just go over it briefly for people that may not know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Allison, you'll do it better than me.
if you guys are first time listeners or watchers, we are a fashion consulting and development company. So we help new designers launch their very first fashion collection and existing designers streamline and scale. So we're kind of like your one-stop shop if you want to start a fashion collection or even handbag collection, dog clothing collection. We've done it all. So our goal is to help designers new or established, especially with small runs, because we know that's kind of a pain point in the industry.
Julie, you've definitely done a dog fitting, right?
Oh yeah, I love dog fittings. They're so fun. I mean, yeah, we've made like dog dresses and dog coats and parkas, and yeah, it's so fun. We've done. I think that really one of the things I really love about V.Mora is just the diversity of what we work on here. Basically, when people ask me what V.Mora is, I say really anything that can be cut and sewn, like, we can do it for you. So everything from beginning to end. So yeah.
Amazing. So what drives everyone's passion? Like, what's your favorite aspect of working at V.Mora? Anybody?
I will say that what keeps me going is that you do get to work on different projects and different challenges. I'm someone who gets bored really easily, so V.Mora is very mentally stimulating for me because, one second I'm thinking about baby clothes, the next second I'm thinking about therapy belts, then I'm thinking about like men's boxers, like whatever it is. Like my brain just jumps around and just works for me. So I would say that definitely it drives me to just like wake up every day and just be on it. And because I just get to be all over the place and I get to explore different projects and learn different things.
I would say,
Alexis, you go.
I would say I'm kind of in the same lane as Kat. Like the way my brain works, I have to have like a to-do list. And working as an assistant for everyone, I can just check things off my to-do list. And I have like a type A brain. So it's really helping me become more organized. I feel like fulfilled when I do something for everyone at the company, even if it's like writing an email. I'm like, yay.
I would say my favorite aspect is definitely the team. Like people would ask me, like, why is V.Mora successful? How have you had this a successful business for 15 years? And I was always like, I don't really know. Like I didn't know what set us different from other companies. And it wasn't until recently where like I started to realize it was my ability to bring an amazing team on. Like all of you are insane perfectionists. You're all type A's, and we all work really, really well together, which is rare because I don't know. I just feel like it's the team that really is the difference for V.Mora and the success of V.Mora and my ability to create a team, because not everyone can do that. And the employee retention, it's not because we're all millionaires, as much as I would like everyone to be making millions of dollars, but as a small business, I try and make it a fun environment in other ways so that you guys stay?
I'm going to add a little bit to that as well. My passion for the company really resides in that allowance of freedom. There's so much trust within the company. If you prove, hey, we want to go this direction, and you can prove your point. I mean, there's no red tape. It's like, go for it, and give it all you got. And I truly love that about the team and about the company culture. Yeah.
Yeah, I am very trusting. You guys know every password to every account that I've ever had.
All of Anna's LinkedIn posts are me. I'm the one that's talking.
You're doing great, Alexis.
It's a team effort,
Yeah. Yeah. So I love that about V.Mora. All right. So what are some key takeaways or lessons that you've learned at V.Mora, and how has that contributed to your personal and professional growth? So what have you learned at V.Mora?
I'll go. I've definitely learned to take more initiative. I think I worked in a very corporate environment before where I wasn't really allowed to take initiative. And so now with V.Mora, I can foresee 6 months or a year down the line, come up with an idea, prove the idea, and run with it. And I think that's been such a great experience.
Well, for me, it's been everything in fashion, because I didn't go to school for fashion. I didn't study fashion. I didn't have any fashion background. It was just something I was interested in. And I was like, let me just give this a shot. And I don't even know why Anna hired me. Like, she just hired me during the interview. And it was just like, I started.
think they probably asked you to start working that day, right?
Yeah, I think you did ask me to start working, but I had to put in my 2 weeks at my former job. And yeah, Anna just trusting me and just giving me the opportunity to really just dive in head first. And it was a sink or swim. And I like to think that I swam and I'm keep swimming, and, and I'm just constantly learning. And I will say that I feel like I've gained so much knowledge in this role, and I'm just excited to keep learning and growing.
Yeah. I mean, I would say for me as a pattern maker, definitely the diversity of the products that we work on, for sure. Because I did go to school for fashion. I was doing the grind in New York. I was a fashion design assistant, just straight out of college, and it was a very Devil Wears Prada experience for sure. And then I sort of fell into pattern making, and I was trained in luxury women's wear. And so being able to work in a very broad range of products, obviously has given me a wide range of knowledge in pattern making, and also production management, sourcing different materials and trims and troubleshooting. Oh my gosh, the problem solving skills that you acquire by working with different clients is it's pretty incredible. So I would say that's the biggest takeaway for me. Yeah.
Julie dislikes New York more than anyone I've ever met.
Oh my gosh. Love it.
It's either you love New York or you hate it. There's no in between. But Julie tells me these stories about New York where she lived in this 7-story walk up, and she'd never leave her apartment, and hated going outside, and was
had mice. Yeah, it was terrible. I hated New York. I will not make
you haven't even done a trip, have you?
No, I lived there for a year and a half, and I haven't been back since I left in 2007. So
yeah,
hate it. LA is my happy place.
She's an LA girl.
Yeah.
I would say my biggest learning experience is I always thought oh, okay, if everything just stays the same right now, we'll be good. And what I learned as a business owner is that's not a reality. Everything changes. There's always going to be problems. It's never going to be smooth sailing for too long, because something always comes up, and I can't shy away from the issues or the challenges. I have to run into the fire. Because I think maybe when you I don't know. It's just like, well, maybe it'll go away and like, I'll just not deal with it. And like, it would just get worse and worse. So it's like, that's my biggest takeaway of like being a business owner is like, something's always going to go wrong. That's part of being a business owner. Buckle up, like get used to it, and being able to always stay in solution. Don't worry about like I like worry like, okay, well, how did we get here? We can fix it later. But I'm normally just like, what's the solution? Let's get to the solution. Let's get through it. We'll evaluate later. So I think all of you are have seen me do that and are on board with like, if there's a problem, it's like, I don't care how we got here. What are we going to do? Let's get there. Let's fix it. Move on.
Yeah. Do you mind if I jump in real quick? It looks like we have a couple questions. Do you mind if I answer them?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got a question from Josh that says, do any of you know each other before working together? And we have some funny stories. So I'll definitely go first because I knew of Anna through a mutual contact. I knew of Cam. I'm forgetting his name. Paul. I knew of Paul, who works at Cam, because he was my professor at FIT.
Oh, yeah,
And I had gone to the studio before meeting Anna, and actually one of Anna's workers was with Paul for the presentation. And so we kind of knew each other through a mutual contact. And then we met each other. I'm like, I feel like I know you. I've heard of the company before, and we kind of put 2 and 2 together. So it was really fun and interesting to see how that all panned out.
And then you turned us down, and then I was like, but maybe you just work here temporarily and we'll work it out. And you were like, okay, I guess. And then you kept telling me it was temporary, and now you've been with me how long?
Like over 2 years. Yeah, I had another offer at the time, and I just jumped in and did both at the same time.
Yeah, so that's great.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone knew each other except for Alexis and Ashley.
Yeah. Before I worked at V.Mora, my friend Elizabeth was Kat's production assistant. And so I was like, I didn't have a job. I was working I own a little small business myself. So I was doing freelancing, small business stuff. And Elizabeth texted me and was like, hey girl, are you still looking for a part-time job? Like my boss needs a personal assistant. I was like, yes. An appointment, an interview like a week later, and then got hired like 2 days later. And then I know Ashley through Elizabeth, and Elizabeth also got Ashley a job.
That is true. Shout out to Elizabeth. She's like the plug. Yeah, but when Liz like asked me if I was like looking for something like to take over her old job, she like kind of just described it as like a really like chill working environment. Like everyone there is like super like hardworking, but also like it's like they trust you to get your own things done. Like there's no like micromanaging. It's like we all like trust each other that we're gonna do our best and we do what we need to do. And it's like I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And here I am. Like how many months later? I don't know. She mentioned it in like February. So yeah, it's been quite some time now. But she was pretty accurate in the description. So yeah.
Awesome. Anyone else? Yep.
I think that's it. Yeah, I didn't know Julie,
No.
but we stayed friends.
Yep.
When she wasn't working, and then when she came back, I was super happy.
Me too.
I think Catherine had a little, I don't know, what would you call it?
Well, I didn't know you, but I followed the girl who was doing your social media, and I found V.Mora through there. And then she ended up not staying, but it was kind of funny. I just emailed Anna, and I was just like, hey, like, I don't know if you're hiring, but here's my resume. Like, let me know if you want to do an interview. And then I think a week later I came in for an interview, and then you hired me the same day. So
I've always trusted my gut.
Yeah.
All right, we have another question. Would you say you help your clients' brands spread their wings and fly independently, or do you want lifelong partners? So we really do both. If the client's goal is to kind of be set up, have the vendors brought to the table, then they can go and use the system that we've created for them on their own. They're going to hire someone in-house or take it over. We do that. And then they'll come back to us for strategies. So I have clients that it's been years will still book me for strategies when they have something new come up or if they have new products that they want us to launch. So we kind of always stay in contact with our clients. But yeah, we really do both. Like if the goal is like, I want to be my production manager, it's usually 1 to 2 seasons. And then you're pretty comfortable with the vendors we've brought to the table and the process. And then you can use us as like an a la carte basis or stay on like a maintenance package where you can still ask us questions and email us, things like that. So we do both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want to make sure you can stand on your own where you don't have to rely on us, but you're always welcome to. Like that's kind of our goal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have a question. What is everyone's favorite memory at V.Mora?
Favorite? Oh my gosh. Oh, I have one. Kat arranged it. She did a pasta dinner. I believe she read a book about connecting people through having a big dinner with pasta because it's kind of easy to make. And she invited everyone at V.Mora, Swift, and Props, and it was so beautiful. And yeah, it's just something I that's definitely been my favorite memory at V.Mora.
The book is called Gratitude and Pasta. If anybody wants to read it, it's really good.
Nice. I would say, I mean, gosh, there's had so many memories.
Julie has a really good memory too.
What?
You have a really good memory too. Like
Do
that you bring up, I'm like, I don't remember that.
I think you're the first person that's ever said that.
Oh.
But I would say, I mean, we had a lot of really amazing like bondings. We go on these like bonding trips sometimes, and this one like particularly memorable bonding trip. One of our clients was
I knew you were gonna say it. Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of our clients was and got into Austin Fashion Week. So we all flew out to Austin to go support her. And it was really, really, really fun.
Rented an Airbnb. It was awesome.
Yeah. Avocado margaritas, like so good. Yeah.
Austin was really fun.
It was. Yeah. It was a great time. And it was really great to be there to support a client too. So
yeah. And back when the office was in Chicago, my family has that little cottage in Michigan. So we would go up there on the weekend, like do a V.Mora weekend in Michigan, which was always really fun.
Yep. Totally eat it, trying to water ski.
So fun. Do you remember I played Battle Tube with the intern Graham?
Yes.
So Battle Tube, you guys, is like 2 people, like you have 2 tubes. And like the goal is to knock the other person off the tube, which like, I obviously take very seriously and was like raised with like gigantic boys in my family. And Graham was not a gigantic boy and he was horrified.
Oh, I would have been horrified too. You were an absolute maniac.
No, yeah, fair. Yeah. So that's a fun memory. What about you guys?
I think I'm like the newest addition to the team, so I feel like also sorry if it's like I don't know if you can hear, it's like super loud in here. I still live in the city and I also live on the 5th floor of a walk up and I also have mice. So living that luxury life. So that's what's going on in the background. I'm sorry if you guys can hear it. My glamorous life. I think my favorite memory so far, it's only been a few months, was we had our recent like company outing was karaoke. It's like tough to call it a memory because it kind of happened a few weeks ago, but my favorite one is it was just like the whole night where like, cause karaoke was my idea because I really like karaoke, and the whole time it was basically just me singing and then trying to get everyone else to sing with me.
You did great.
But
Yeah,
every
you
time, but it's, you know, you guys made the night because every time Anna would join in like randomly for like a high note, I was like, yes.
Just screaming. I was just screaming.
You're a soprano, so you know you could hit those notes. So I was like, perfect. We can match perfect. Yeah, that was a good night for me. The bowling night was not a good night for me because I was awful at bowling.
Yeah, bowling was fun, but I'm not a good bowler, and I don't like doing things that I'm not good at.
Agree. Actually, you know what? Maybe the bowling night that's probably number 2. I just remember that I won. I won that second bowling game where you guys all stopped really caring about it and started eating food, and then while you guys were eating, I was like, okay, it's like my time to like actually play bowling now. So I snuck a win in.
I think my favorite memory has been the bowling because we were able to bond. And at first I was like, oh my God, it's a work event. Like I was like, oh my God. But then I got there, we were all having fun. Like it didn't feel like I was talking to coworkers. And I think, but one of my funniest memories at V.Mora, we were still in the office and I was just like sitting with Liz on the couch doing work. And Allison was sitting somewhere in the hallway doing work too. Kat comes in. I've never seen Kat in my life. She doesn't have photos on her like Gmail. I've never seen what she looks like. And Liz is like, oh, and Allison is like, when did you get here? And I was like, who is this? And they're like, oh, that's Catherine. She's the production manager. I was like, aren't you supposed to be in Italy? Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, honestly,
Surprise.
any memory involving sprinkles. We love sprinkles cupcakes at this office. So hint,
We are official sponsor.
anyone who wants to send a thank you package, sprinkles cupcakes is the thing. Yeah, no, anything. Honestly, like anytime we've done like a celebration or like an acknowledgement of someone or like just celebrate a special event, sprinkles has always been there. So I feel like, you know, it's just like a little. So now every time I eat sprinkles, I think of V.Mora. It's like this little.
We need an affiliate code because
I know. I was literally just thinking that. I'm like, wait, we should be partners or something.
Mhm.
Was anyone there when Barbara played that April Fool's joke on me?
I don't
No?
think so.
I mean, if anyone, it might have been me, but I don't know if I remember the April Fool's joke.
Like she got me good. I was like gonna murder her. But she had like everybody in on it, and like everyone came to me independently to tell me how Barbara had offended them or like was doing something horrible to them. And I was like, what is happening? And I totally fell for it. So yeah.
Who was Barbara?
Shout out to Barbara.
Yeah. Barbara was the production manager when I started as the assistant production manager. And she was a riot, like super funny. Like she was good at her job, but we would be in the office together, like counting productions and like counting t-shirts, doing quality checks. And she just would always have me cracking up. So like she was like a really fun person to have around.
She tried to kill the mice with her feet.
Yes, she was so cool.
Everyone else just jaw dropped at the same exact time.
I was like, you're insane. But
That's insane.
She's from Brazil on a farm, and I guess
Oh, okay.
you stomp on mice. I have no idea. Luckily she never got any.
That's good.
Yeah.
Some would say that's bad. Some would say that's she's not quick enough for that, because I'm about to get there. I'm like this close. I've been on meetings with and then right after with Catherine, I'm like staring a mouse dead in the eyes right now.
Oh,
sorry, this took a weird turn. This took a weird turn into mice talk.
I was going to bring up my pet rat Cashmere, but we'll save that for later.
Later story.
Yeah. All right. What advice? This will be our final question. What advice would you give an aspiring designer and what should they be aware of before collaborating with a company like V.Mora or somebody like us?
I have two things I could speak to this.
Go ahead.
One, know what you want to make. Like the
Mhm.
worst is when clients come and they're like, or like people who are just inquiring, like, oh, I have this idea. And I'm like, okay, great. But like lots of people have ideas and anyone has ideas. So I would say like know what you want, do your research, know who your customer is, like just the basic stuff. Like, you know, know what you wanting. Knowing what you want though is definitely going to make our job a lot easier.
Well,
to
that's
help
going to save a lot of time and money too. And they don't know what they want. It's like you're just burning money while you're trying to figure
100%.
it out. Yeah.
And also be patient and like understand that we are pretty familiar with the process of development and production. Sometimes things take longer than expected. We account for those most of the time, but you know, delays happen, things that you can't foresee happen. So like when it comes to setting a launch date, like be flexible with your launch date, you know, like don't be afraid to stretch it out a little longer. Don't, just be open-minded and look to us as your guides, not as people trying to like not get you to where you're going, because we just want to get there like with a perfect product. We would never want you to go to market with something that's not perfect.
Yeah, we can't skip steps because it doesn't serve anybody to do that, because you'll be unhappy with the final product. So yeah, just knowing that we're doing all that we can to move things forward. But I always say like production isn't easy. If production were easy and seamless, I wouldn't have a company. Literally, I wouldn't have a company. And you know, I would say I also want to know who has the hardest job. I think Kat and Ashley, the production managers. Julie will do production management, but she's like prefers pattern making. But she'll do it for us.
I will do it.
But I'd say production management. But then also Alexis as my executive assistant. That's not easy either.
No, girl, I'm having fun.
I'm like a million miles a minute, and then you won't hear from me. And then I don't know. Yeah. But production
Okay,
management.
I'm not afraid to like triple text you.
Yeah. And I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely say that production management is the most difficult. There's just so many moving parts and things to consider, like your labels and your trims and your fabric, and when are all of those going to arrive? And, you know, is the manufacturer going to make the deadline? And are there imperfections in the fabric? And it's a lot to consider. Tech packs, all of it. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into production management. Yeah, I would definitely say that's the most challenging.
That's probably my least favorite job because I've done everything from the company. That I'd say probably the production management, because it's like so much of it is out of our control. You know, like a fabric can be late. UPS can lose a package. Like those things just happen sometimes. And like I like to have everything tight and controlled. And there's a lot of moving parts and other people that have like, and if the fabric's late, everything, it pushes everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I would say that production management is definitely the most difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For advice for designers, I would suggest we have an amazing website and we have a blog, which I write the blog every single week and they get sent out in the emails. So I highly suggest joining our email list. Read all of our blogs, watch all of our content that we have. Yes, we also have a book that next week we're going to talk about. There's a Black Friday event going on for our book. I don't want to forget that. But we have tons of free resources for you. Any kind of questions that you have, our blog is an amazing resource. We have over 2 years of consistent content that's been posted. And then now we're doing our live stream. So be an active and passionate learner is definitely my advice for new designers.
Yeah, for sure. Perfect. Anybody else have anything to add? Advice for new designers? I
I
would
will
say
say, oh,
I was just gonna say, like,
Yeah.
knowing that being a business owner means like problem solving and being able to pivot.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing that I go through, that any business owner that goes through, like, that is what sets apart successful business owners from others, is like the ability to pivot, find solutions, and move forward, because there's always going to be something that comes up.
absolutely.
What were you going to say, Julie?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
You know? And I feel like, this live stream is sort of point proven with that, right? Like nobody was doing live streams like, years ago. This is, you got to pivot to like what's going on in the world, and lives are a thing,
Yeah.
It really helps to reach a lot of different people. So, yeah.
Video content. Perfect. Well, I think that's all the questions that I had. I don't know. I love all of you guys. I'm super grateful that you choose to be a part of the V.Mora team. You're all extensions of me. The clients love you. I trust and like let you guys run with everything. And it just is like, I couldn't have a better team. So I'm just like really grateful for you guys.
I'm grateful for you too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if you want to work with us, feel free to contact us at vmorainquiry@vmora.com. And yeah, we would look forward to working with you.
Yeah, and we have this book, like Allison said, next week for Black Friday. We're going to be offering it at 50% off. So it'll be $25, and it has like every step that you need to know for launching your own clothing line. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next Wednesday.